Hello, and welcome to another episode of Whether or Not. I'm your host, Mr. Squeegee, and this is being brought to you on behalf of WindowCleaningResource.com. Today we're here to talk about a problem that we can encounter in the wintertime, and that's windows that will freeze up on you. Now, I know in the past we've talked about the need to try to measure out our antifreeze solutions, whatever those might be, whether it be methanol or ethyl alcohol, whatever we're using, so we get a better idea so that this doesn't happen. But today, it just happens to be a really windy day. You can probably hear it howling in the background. What that means is that on a windy day, it's more difficult to be sure that I have the right solution. So I'm going to get a window freeze up. Well, how do I fix that? Well, I could just use a bottle of straight antifreeze solution, put that on my strip washer, run that across there, and sometimes that'll do that. But other times it's going to be pretty thick. The danger with adding more and more solution straight to the strip washer is health for you. You're going to be dealing with harsher chemicals, more concentrated. And if they have plants in the area, you're going to have extra fluid running down, getting into the soil. If they have pets, say dogs that wander around, they may wander around and just out of curiosity lick the extra fluid that's sitting there. It could make them sick. They could possibly die. So there's a lot of dangers to just increasing the amount of concentration of solution that we're putting on this window. Of course, as window cleaners, we know that the obvious tool would be our scraper. It's a very simple process to take the cover off, take the scraper, and make a little ice snow cone there. But when we take the scraper out, we have to worry about whether or not this is a tempered window or heat strengthened. If it's tempered, it'll have a stamp in a corner. If it's heat strengthened, it might not. Well, why is that a problem? Because of fabricating debris. Now, some of you may already be up to speed on what fabricating debris is, but for those of you that aren't, basically it's microscopic fragments that in the tempering process, as the glasses run through the ovens, it can get debris from the rollers or the washer itself on there that's not cleaned off in the process. Some fabricators are very good about their housekeeping. They clean their equipment properly, and so this is almost non-existent with them. Other fabricators just don't care. They're about the bottom line, and they're just rolling out a lot of what we would consider garbage glass because it has so much on there that the minute you go across, it can sometimes sound like you're running across sand. It's just that bad. Well, those microscopic fragments will cause scratches. So again, as a window cleaner, you may get blamed for this, when in fact, it's just a poor, defective product. So what can we do? Well, education is the key. You need to educate yourself about what fabrication debris is, where it's likely to occur, and then how to protect yourself, namely, getting a waiver signed. Where can I find all this information? If you go to the Window Cleaning Resources Forum, there's a whole section in the forum dedicated to scratch glass and fabricating debris. You can go in there in the business downloads. There's a sample waiver for tempered or heat strengthened glass so that you can get that signed by your customer so that they won't hold you liable if they happen to have a defective product in bad tempered glass. Another place to go to get a good education is at scratchedglass.com. That's Dan Fields' site. Dan Fields is the preeminent expert in the field of fabricating debris. So go to Dan's site, go to the Window Cleaning Resources Forum, get your education, get yourself a waiver, have it checked out in your state with a lawyer. It'll cost you a little bit of money, but that way you know it's ironclad, that this is going to be your protection, because there's so much of this stuff out there that we just don't know where we're going to run into it. And in the winter, as we've seen, again, you got this problem. That's the easiest way to get that off of there, and it's safer for you than using a lot of extra chemicals. So again, you want to be safe, you want to get your education, you know you're going to need to use your scraper at some point, so again, be educated. Thanks again. It's been another episode of Whether or Not. I'm your host, Mr. Squeegee, and again, go to the site windowcleaningresources.com and check out the information. Thanks.